Hello everyone. Today we will debunk the video of another stupid hater Kratos. Today we will debunk his video, and I will prove why Kratos has infinite power. And I want to say thank you that it was he who showed me this video, and I am grateful to him. And so his first claim is that Kratos didn't raise the 9 worlds, but the temple as a whole. I don't care about it, since I have a lot of evidence for why Kratos has infinite power. But still, when he started talking about the 9 worlds there, it's logical that I just got angry. But let me show why Kratos raised 9 worlds, and I'll explain what the 9 worlds really are. And so Mimir said that we have to turn over 8 worlds.
Sure, what happens when we recklessly upend a room that's rooted to 8 other realms? I'm curious.
Atreus explicitly says that the tree, that is, the illustration of Yggdrasil, was turned over. So we can see that Kratos turned over 8 worlds to get to Jotunheim. Now let's look at what the 9 worlds are like. Because this idiot bluntly says that the worlds are in one physical space, but does not know the context. But now I will explain how 9 worlds actually work. All 9 realms occupy the same physical space, only on different planes of existence. And the physical space statement is way too overhyped. It's all just a way to see they all are intertwined and coexist on the branches of the Yggdrasil. All the realms exist in the same physical space, reflections of each other. These doors, the towers outside, and the 9 realms are all intertwined and coexisting on the branches of the world tree. All 9 worlds have their own outer space with stars and galaxies. As we see in Svartalheim or Muspelheim or Alfheim and Vanaheim and so on, each of the 9 worlds has its own unique outer space with stars and galaxies. And this was confirmed by Matthew Soff and Eric Wilson. And when we move through Vet Alfheim in 9 worlds, then the reality of the character changes. And time flows differently in all 9 worlds. So all 9 worlds can be called full-fledged multiverses. But let's look at one more claim, and I'll tell you why Atlas has infinite power. And so Atlas kept the underworld, which is infinite in size, which was said. And Atlas not only held infinity, the underworld, but all creation. And this is what the pillar of the world looks like, and another pillar of the world contains infinite dimensions like heaven, and heaven is infinite, and still other dimensions, and Atal held the entire pillar of the world, which gives Atlas infinite power. And so his other quibble is that Atlas could have crushed Kratos. But the fact is that in the game Kratos could easily withstand Atlas's compressions and normally compete with him. Even if Kratos was weaker, Kratos could still withstand this compression by touching Atlas. Despite the fact that Kratos withstood the explosion of the Pillar of Peace that could destroy all creation, and Kratos withstood it, and yet Kratos is stronger than Zeus, and Zeus is stronger than Atlas. Now this idiot's last quibble is that Hermes doesn't have infinite speed since Hermes couldn't dodge the statue. But it seems to me that this idiot doesn't read the comments or posts from the developers, because one of the developers bluntly says that the moment with the statue was just set up on purpose. It was an understatement of Hermes for the sake of the plot, and was a game convention. And in general, developers underestimate the characters of the God of War because of the game conditions. And even Cory Barlog said 100 times they underestimate because of the game conditions. That's all, it's just game conditions, and you don't need to pay attention to them. But pay attention to Int. Even Cory Barlog confirmed this in his interview.
We always have this thing is, no matter what game we worked on, and I think this was even with the handheld games, the first 2 games and the 3rd game, and even the current game, people are like always pointing out, Kratos is a god, he can take down these giant creatures, yet he struggles with a chest. And I was like, guys, this is a concession you just sort of have to accept. It's like people who question, where does Batman fill up the gas in the Batmobile before it was nuclear powered.
Yeah.
You don't imagine him at 3 in the morning trying to get a fill up. And I think it is just one of those concessions that in order to get the dynamics within the game, yes, sometimes you have to struggle and press the button to lift up a gate.
Yeah.
But he can lift up, the world with Atlas. And it is that you'd never, I think, be able to have any dynamics in the game if it was always adhering to that one reality.
Yeah.
So that's it. I debunked all his claims. It seems to me that all the beauty haters just don't know how the cosmology of the God of War works. And they're all just embarrassed by making such idiotic videos. So I proved why Kratos has infinite power.